Don't lose your mind. Heads above the clouds, we could feel alive. Slow motion now. Faith is in your hands. Bodies warm tonight. Space in and out. Higher than the tides. Don't let it dim. See the lights.
Play it at some time. Or maybe you can sing live, Eric.
Yeah, she could. Welcome, Kath. How's it going?
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Coy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Mike again. Hi.
Hello. This is actually take 2 already. Because Kath and I have done this like 2-3 weeks ago. And something just happened to the recording. What's going on, Kath? I'm busy typing here. So we're gonna just show this capture because this is a live element right here, and I'm just amazed by the innovation today. Look at that. We are with our
Digitalization,
guest.
man. It's the
Yes,
future.
bro. Yes, sir. We are with Kath Dizon
Yes.
of Manic Mundane. No, wait,
Alright.
hold on. For people who don't know, she is the artist behind Manic Mundane. Why Manic Mundane?
Oh, let's start about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
why call you?
it's
why call
actually-
yourself that?
It's honestly the first time that someone asked me this question. Really.
Yeah.
But it's originally Port Mundane, but then I spoke to Jello. Of course, you know Jello, Catnip Kill the Cat.
Yeah.
I always-
Jello Catnip shout out.
Yeah, shout out Jello. He's in Dubai. And so I asked his opinion. I have like 3 options that time. And na-added to ang Manic Mundane. And he told me, why not Manic Mundane na lang? Because I was also like trying to build an oxymoron. You know,
Right.
because it's also based on the days where during the time I was making music. Because there are days na really I was like it's just so manic, and then there are days pod na murag normal lang. So it's like Manic
Yeah.
Mundane. I think I told you about this. The only time that I can make music is kanang like it should be either super emotional ko or like super drained.
Oh,
Really? Don't we
Yeah.
all?
But on
Wow.
normal days I just don't feel creative enough to make something music wise.
So do you have to be in a certain level of emotion to
Like
be like really creative?
I have to be honest with you, yes.
Okay.
Right.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So that's your trigger. That's your drive. You,
Uh-huh. It's actually weird, no? And you know, I'm also although that was also a learning curve. After that, I always try to make music na lang normal days. You know, maybe after work or kanang during an hour na dili ko productive, I still can make music, but it's not the music na makaingon ko na, oh, this is something else. More like,
You're something you're
ingana.
really proud of.
yeah,
But-
it's
but
weird. It's weird.
I think that's like pretty normal because like music is in a form of expression, especially when you're feeling emotional. You really want to express that.
yeah.
We're all
Mhm.
artists at some point, right? And then people like such as myself, I rant. And there's these artists who paint, they paint. And then artists such as yourself make music just like Taylor Swift when she goes under a breakup, she makes a new song.
Right.
So like we need certain triggers, just like you're right, bro. Like yeah, you have to have these triggers.
Just a question. It's a weird question. It's okay if you don't answer. I just want to dissect like the music writing part. And you say being sad or like being sad is a trigger. And then does it make you write better music than being happy?
It actually depends. I can write music when I'm like super happy or when I'm super sad. Yung nga na. But yeah,
Ooh.
based on your question, yeah, it helps a lot because I'm not really that type na like super expressive. And the only way I can vent out my emotions perfectly is through my music. And the friends who are close to me know this. Murag, I'm not that open bitaw kaayo. But it's my only outlet lang yun is music. And it took me many years before finally putting my music out there because of
Yeah.
the pandemic.
It took a lot of convincing, right? And like a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah.
friends trying to push you for that. I mean, I can remember the first time I met you. I was just like, so you make music, and you're also Bisaya, and you're also from like close to Cagayan de Oro City, like Ligan. Like that's rare. And I was just really like, why have you not released your songs?
Mhm.
I mean, I also thought like there's always a time and place for everything, and I think the final straw was that pandemic. I mean, it brought the
Yes.
best. I think it brought something out of us. Huge Upside was born, and so many things. Right?
Mhm.
Talk about that. Your songs though. I Astral Bodies. What was it like putting that song out? Take us through the process.
Um, Actually, Astral Bodies, among the songs sa akong EP because I actually finished like a whole 6-track EP like after a month siguro. But then it only took me 1 month to finish everything. But like a lot of people were pushing me, and so I did it because I set a timeline for myself na dili na ako mag-procrastinate. It was like my anti-procrastination project, this EP. And at the same time, I was experiencing writers and creative block that time. And so this Astral Bodies, originally 60-second instrumental siya from EP. It's supposed to be a prelude. 60 seconds lang siya and was instrumental lang. And then I have like 7 tracks. And after that, I was going through my tracks na kaning Astral Bodies. A friend told me, I like this track of yours. Why don't you put vocals on it? But hesitant ko. And then that time, as I realized, the songs that na akong gina-write kay murag, it's actually tragic. The other songs, yeah, Astral Bodies is actually the most distinct one among them. So it was somehow like the most optimistic song
From
sa
the
akong
whole,
EP.
from the entire E EP.
Yeah. And so the song is actually about like having someone beside you, just dreaming, like
Nice.
trying to but this is just like my perspective, at least from as someone who wrote it. It's having someone to na nag-share ka og dreams niya, dreaming together and trying to get away from the real world for a certain period. But then again, it's just a dream, so you wake up to it and back to reality.
Astral bodies. Astral travel. Nice.
Yeah, it's like astral
Astral
traveling.
Astral
Yeah.
projection, man.
Yeah, it's astral projection. And we also have a whole music video for this.
Really?
It was
Is
actually
out?
commissioned to it's not yet, diba? Katong animation, it's just a cut of the
Alright.
whole music video. And it was
The lyric
commissioned
video.
to Gary Cortez. He's a Filipino animator. And he's doing like the whole music video for Astral Bodies. And I just let him bahala ka bahala ka kung unsaon mo pag-translate ang Astral Bodies. It's really up to you. I just told him my perspective about the song. So he's doing something out of his perspective ko ana sa music video.
As an artist, he has his own interpretation of that. And my interpretation of that song is like literally like an astral out of body experience. Like
Yeah.
have you guys ever had one of those?
Uh, I'm not sure if it is, but Mike, I listen to binaural beats.
Oh, nice.
So the effect of it, sometimes it takes me to like different dimensions. So
Nice.
yeah, but I'm just saying this out of my own ano lang,
Experience, yeah.
experience, because it doesn't have the same effect to everybody.
Well, I like listening to that.
I listen to that when I study.
Same.
Yeah,
Which kind of which
it's
kind of
alpha
waves?
brain
Theta?
Alpha brainwaves,
the alpha.
I don't know, alpha brainwaves playlist in Spotify.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like this.
Yeah.
It's like it's weird actually.
Yeah, it is. It's like an ASMR of the AC or the electric fan, like like.
Yeah, it's like- and you can see like there's albums of like alpha brainwaves, right? And it's like they're all the same. Like there's 17 tracks in one album, and they all sound the same. It's nice. I use it all the time actually when I study.
Wow, that's interesting. I haven't really met a lot of people that listen to binaural beats. Maybe I know 5 people only.
Yeah, I don't know how it came to that. It's actually I have three music types that I listen to when I study. I find it very effective. It's like it's Miles Davis jazz,
Really?
then
Jazz.
Interesting.
lo-fi hip hop. Then
Perfect
then
study music.
yeah, the alpha. It's common. It's just like for reviewing, but for intense study, I use the alpha brainwaves. Then the Miles Davis one really like. I listen a lot to Miles Davis actually.
Miles Davis.
Miles Davis is doing jazz.
Yeah, this kind of blue. Listen to that, or the blue and green. Listen to like.
Mike should play that here. Insert that here.
Yeah, let's try. Let's play it. Let's play it. Okay, let's start listening to it. If maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you don't like it, but it's okay.
Yeah, but it's worth listening to. Man, if it's coming from you, man, it's worth listening to. Man, hold on.
Hope so.
We trust your judgment.
Blue and green. But while we're waiting for that, I also use like binaural beats as much as any activity, like also with study and also to sleep. But sad to say, man, like
not effective.
It don't have the same effect like it did before. Like when I hear that sound, I'm more conscious and I can't sleep. All right, here it is. I'm just gonna play it in the background. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can hear this at all. Hold on, give me a second. Window. There you go. Here is Miles Davis.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Miles Davis.
Yeah. There you
Okay.
go.
How ironic, man. This this stream is sponsored by StreamYard. There you go. Here's the platform that made it all possible. And now let's get to some Miles Davis stuff.
You listen to that song, it's different. It's like so super relaxing trumpet-ish. Then when you listen to he has a progressive album named Bitches Brew. Bitches Brew. Check it out. It's totally different. And that whole album is one of my favorite albums because it's so crazy, man.
Really?
The way
Bitches
Brew, Miles Davis.
There you
Actually
go.
sounds familiar. Have to check that.
Kath, don't you have you ever thought about like trying to incorporate jazz into your sound?
It could, yeah. It could.
Yeah. I was actually thinking there were actually tracks that I made like lo-fi jazz before, mga 2017, 18. I experiment a lot of music stuff. And yeah, I actually did some lo-fi jazz na simple lang.
And jazz is pretty simple, right? But it's complex.
Yeah.
Jazz is an art. It's so difficult,
Sounds
man.
simple, but it's
is.
complex.
It's
And,
so difficult to understand. Like a few people won't understand it.
Uh-huh.
Understand.
Okay,
It's
I just
actually my goal to learn sax if it's not too late. And I tried to learn sax
Never,
before in
actually
the Bible.
good.
It
it's
was
never
fucking
too late.
expensive. It's so expensive. Like the one session would cost you around, I don't know, maybe 500 to 700 dirhams. And I didn't have my own saxophone that time. So I was like, di na lang, palit na lang ko gears for my prod. So yeah, it
But
was very
it
expensive.
it does pay to have someone you know who can teach you for that, right? I
Mhm.
just like, and you need mentors in life. Like we were talking about this earlier, right, Koi? Like you
Yeah.
need influences and mentors or teachers or
Yeah,
coaches who
dude.
can
Like
show you the
mentors
ropes.
really will. The purpose of like, there's sometimes you have this indecision if you should do this or do that. You seek advice to people who has a different point of view, and you get their
Mhm.
perspective, and you get confirmation. Okay, I should do this because they see things
Mhm.
differently, like how I see them.
Yeah, right. Your
Anyway,
perspective is not universal. That's
yeah,
like
because
one of
sometimes
my.
oh, yeah, sometimes we're too self-centered, right? We could be
Mhm.
self-centered. No, like I remember there were times like when you do something you think is right, like
Yeah.
you,
Yes.
you're then people say, dili man kay, don't you know, sayop na imong ginabuhat, then we're mo man kakabalo kay wa ka kasabot. We're gonna like we get we be we our ego gets like checked, and we get defensive because
Uh-huh.
um they don't they don't understand, but it's actually good to have feedback. That's what I realized.
Mhm.
Feedback is key because
I still have a hard time taking feedback, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
why, well,
the
like,
good thing
what
is
kind of,
I'm self-aware. So, dude, I'm
I
like
know.
I'm the ego guy. I'm the egg guy, man.
No, no.
Like,
Okay. Let's break it down. Let's break it down, Mike. So, okay,
yeah.
what specific cues or triggers like that bothers you when someone gives you a feedback?
Yeah, I have a hard time taking feedback because I think it comes from my insecurity. Like I want to prove, because I am like this, and I want to prove so many people wrong. Like I want to prove myself a lot, and then at times I don't want to hear any feedback or any comment from anyone. I'm not taking shit from anyone. So like I get to
Okay.
that zone, and then sometimes you go, you cross the line, and
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
why we need feedback, man. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think do you think like it's a good thing that you're avoiding feedback?
there's a place and time. I also believe that there's a place and time for feedback. Like
Mhm.
I know myself, and I know whatever is gonna come up from your mouth is not the first time I've heard of it. Like I don't like hearing the same thing over and over again. Like you want to say like, kabalo na kuha na, I know, and that's the ego talking, right? The ego
Mhm.
says like, kabalo kuha na, don't tell me. But then
Mhm.
again, man, that's the thing. Why people have these suggestions or feedbacks about you? It's because probably something they see that you don't. That's why
Yeah.
feedback is still
My.
key. Cal, I just want to go back to you though, like taking feedback. Like how do you deal with that? Like, have you had any feedback with your single launch? Like when your song launched, like how was it received by the people?
Um. I wasn't actually ready for that
Really?
before because I always have this anxiety of releasing my music materials, especially this solo project of mine. I don't feel comfortable at all. But then everything changed when I was signed up to Melt, and Boss Dexter always tells me to to shoot myself, those video promos. Anyways, going back, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, and it's just
Really?
overwhelming. And that some on Instagram, some people that I haven't met, they actually sent me a message telling me that they like the music, they like the
Really?
structure and stuff, and it's kilig.
Right. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
That's hard work, man. Like, of
uh
course.
and I wasn't sure then this I the reason why we released this single first, instead of the other songs, is because it's the most distinct, and I wasn't personally sure if my vocal style would fit, the type of music that I'm producing. It's so tricky because, I come from a different musical background. I do punk rock and melodic hardcore, and
Yeah.
I just not sure about it. But, people tell me just go and just fucking put your work out there, your music. Don't tell me, because the reason why I make this music, the cathedrals and this, long before it was Manic Mundane, is just for personal listening lang.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but the reason we do this art form, the reason we make this podcast, or me, I make this music now, is to find people that resonate with what you do.
True.
And, yeah,
No,
it was actually a learning curve.
share the talent too, right? Like you're gifted with something,
Yeah.
and you can't be selfish with it. Share it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we always like to share our platform with with individuals or artists such as yourself, Kat. You mean like we also welcome not only artists but people from all walks of life.
Mhm.
We don't want to be selfish. I mean, me and Koi have talked about this before. Like, man, this show we can't run this show just by ourselves. We also need the help of people.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
100%.
Um, yes, dude. You want to say something?
Nah, dude, like, go ahead. I'm just still curious about your feedback.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm interested. Like, okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Look, because you seem kind of being defensive. Like, I'm just curious. Like, what
Yeah.
the triggers? Let's identify it, dude. Like, let's break it down.
Yeah. So sometimes, like,
What
there are-
specifically? Let's say a scenario. Let's say I'm a guy giving you a
Yeah.
feedback. Let's say I'm giving you a feedback on, let's say, your music writing skills.
Mm.
Okay.
And I say,
not just music, right? I want to target something specifically because it's like more.
okay, like, what's
more tangible for me.
what's the more like what's the trigger, like what can be more tangible about your work, about your or
Okay,
what,
let's
what
say for example, like I
something you're
work here.
passionate.
Yeah, so I worked here as a therapist, right?
Okay, yeah.
And, especially if I'm, someone gives me feedback regarding how I do my job,
It
like
pisses you off.
pisses me off. Like,
Really?
yeah, I have the hubris. Yeah, I have the hubris and I have ego. Like I also like not humble about a lot of things. Like humility is something I need to work on. And I have my ego is always up, man. It's never down. And especially when I know I'm good at something, I don't want people to tell me anything about it. But like for example, I did something that could have been done otherwise. I also I like to defend myself. Like I saw this as I did this because this and that. It's because I also like to think like this was what was taught to me. This was handed down to me. I didn't just hatch these ideas by myself. Like I learned these things from other people. And
Makes sense.
it works for some at some point, but not everything work. Not the same thing doesn't work every time, right? And when you hear feedback, like you could have looked at this angle. I was like, dude, I do this for like freaking 4 years. Don't tell me what to do. You just got here like a year, man. Like, sit down, be humble or something. But I kind of realized like I was just being a jerk. Like
It could be. But what would you think is a good approach? Let's say someone asks you again, and you get to revise, or you get to do the feedback in a different way. How would you approach it? Let's say, Mike, you should have like turned the patient back. How would you fix it? If you, dude, instead of saying that, what would be a good response?
well, even you just tell me that now this scenario just got my ego up. Like, what? Man, this is role play, right? This is pretend.
Dude, it's a practice because it's.
Yeah, I know,
think
but I
it-
have
it
to,
will-
I have to paint the picture and put myself in that.
Yeah,
situation.
I'm curious. I'm curious how you work in the real world. So yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Man, my ego is fired up already. Like seriously, we're just yeah,
Is this a role play?
yeah, man. Because okay, I would say like Thank you for noticing that. I'm gonna do that the next time. Right? Is that the proper way to say it?
I think it's a start.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could just say, "Oh, thanks. Okay, I'll see. I'll do it next time."
Yeah. That's normal, right?
But you're inside like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're already like boiling.
Get
But
fired up.
that's the thing. It's the control part. That's the workout part. Is that moment when everything seems like going out of control, but you
Tense,
control it.
man. I get fiery, like like I'm ready to pick a fight. Like, the fuck, stay in your lane. I'm staying right here, man. Mind your own business. But I need to work on that.
Yeah, dude. Customer service. Remember?
Yeah, and it's weird. I've been on that industry
Yeah.
too. I've worked in
I
the
know.
hospitality industry.
Yeah, I know.
But it's different when it's personal, and it's different when if you do it as a job. Like if your job is to like serve and just say yes and just do everything.
So you think the hospitality like world is just you just have to say yes and yes sir,
Yeah.
yes
yes
all the time, no.
all the time? No no's,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Customer's always right.
Fuck, really? Dang.
Yeah. I mean, like, but when it's unethical, you can say no. But when it comes to like customer experience, yes, you have to say yes to everything. But like when it comes to personal matters, like how you do stuff outside work, it's becomes something else, man. Becomes something else, and that's where my ego is like,
Yeah,
oh, shit.
nice.
I don't know. I mean, people have it different. I don't know for Kath though. Like, do you also have
okay.
that? Like,
Let's do. Is it okay if we do? As if we like we pretend we criticize your music. We just pretend.
Yeah.
Like, we're okay. So
Shoot.
let's say I'm a producer from Manila or something like that or whatever. Like pretend I'm Raymond Marasigan or something. I say, "Oh, Kat, yung music mo parang may ginagaya mo yata si ano eh." When they start comparing, ginagaya mo yata yung sino si Kat or something. Kung gayahin mo yung ganun, mas maganda siguro. Oh, how would you respond to that? Like, well, let's say,
If that big guy compares me to, for example, to this XX artist, and I like that artist, I'll tell him first, no, wow, nice taste. We have the same taste. And ingnon ako siya na, I don't know, maybe I'll just appreciate the feedback.
nice.
Because he compared me to someone that I like. And if I like that artist, again.
What if you don't like the artist?
What would you say instead?
Yeah.
Why don't you
That's
pattern
tricky.
your song after Moira or something, or pattern your song
What?
after
Sorry?
Moira?
Is Moira a bad artist? I'm not really into.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying her name.
No.
About-
Moira is great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're asking me if he's comparing me to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pattern your music after
No,
Moira.
let's give a more general like
Okay.
Catherine Bernardo.
Okay.
Music from Catherine Bernardo. Why not try be like Catherine Bernardo in the music writing wise, singing wise?
Well, maybe I'd honestly tell that guy, the big guy, that it's just not my cup of tea, because I'm really honest in terms of when it comes to my music, how I make it, my preferences in music. Be honest. Especially if I'm not that I don't like the artist, but if I don't relate generally to that artist that he's comparing me to, I'll just tell him honestly that it's just not my cup of tea. And if it's not my cup of tea and I don't feel comfortable doing that, for sure I won't do good. So
Nice. Yeah, just like I just got like I was
nice.
amazed at Mike.
It's good practice.
It's good practice, right? Good
Yeah.
practice, like
We should do this to all our guests and then piss them off.
we should like at least we get to know their idea or what kind of because I know there are like some guests like like
Kind of
with like
sensitive, though.
yeah, kind of
Yeah.
sensitive. No offense to those guests though.
The
I
other
know.
guests. Maybe we should do our research first and then,
Yeah, maybe we choose the right guest before we ask.
yes. Kat is pretty down with that, everything.
I'm sure. Are you sure, Kat? It's okay. We're asking you these questions, or we're doing this role play, or
I don't know if Kat's still around. Anyway, she'll be back.
But by
anyway,
the
man.
way, I'm sorry to cut you off, guys. My internet is just like kind of fucked up, karon. So I'm not sure
Normal.
if I'm
Uh,
loading
it's
normally.
normal. It's
Yeah.
normal. It's
That's
normal.
normal.
All-
You pause for
Alrighty.
a bit. You pause for a bit, but it all
Uh,
is good.
alrighty,
So
alrighty.
that was taking feedback, man. Mike, let's analyze what you did.
Oh
You
my
were you
god.
were
On the spot again. I like this. I like this.
yeah. That was there's something in you, man. Like you're like
I know.
yeah.
It's
Like
really I'm dark,
it,
that it's really dark. Like, that I
when did this start? When did this start? I am
because I think I'm very insecure, like I'm very insecure. Like ever since I was a kid, I had so many insecurities. I don't want to blame my family, but I think that had something to do with it, like the environment and stuff. But and when as I grew older, I got more insecure, like friends and the
peer
society doing
pressure.
this,
Yeah,
peer pressure to having this,
Brandon
he has
Boyd.
that.
I think Brandon Boyd is one influence of your. You wanted to
I
be Brandon Boyd.
Wow.
I wanted to be him so I
Yeah.
could be someone. I wasn't insecure about that. Well, like my insecurity was coming from so many different angles, like, and then it got to point like where I had to start doing something about it, and like I can't be worried about what other people say, and then that's where the ego started coming up, like
Mm-hmm.
and I had to fortify myself. And there's this wall you have to break down to get through me first. Like I don't take shit from no one. Excuse my language, but I don't take anything from anyone unless if I know you personally, or
Uh-huh.
like we have this, where you have already direct access to me. Like for Koi, for someone such as Koi, he can basically tell me anything, and I would just say yes and not get upset about it because I need that from him. I need that from him. And also from my spouse, who basically like criticize me every now and then. I also need that from her.
Yeah,
From but
definitely.
where does it also comes from family? I hate to say this if my brothers and sisters are watching this. Like, like I'm the bunso, and I'm always viewed as the
Ah.
bunso, as the one who's not independent, and like needs a lot of helping. I think it stems from that, like being the youngest and having to be your own guy, your own man, like learning to stand up for yourself. Because just take a look at it, man. All the more this ego is reinforced because bago ako nabiyaan sa flight, and how did my family perceive that? Right? Like, how could something like that happen to you? Like, you're an OFW. How old are
Yeah.
you? Like, you're 31 years old. Like,
Ouch.
who does that? Who gets stuff behind in a flight? So all the more this ego, this wall gets reinforced. Like, I have to put up this shield again, so I don't get bothered by people trying to give me feedback and stuff. But then again, I know when I'm wrong, and it hurts. The truth hurts. I need to suck it out.
Yeah, suck it up.
You heard it. You heard it. Like that was a long monologue, bro. That was epic. You
Yes,
could
we
actually,
we, we need to dissect that.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Like, it's yeah, it's we're gonna have to do some therapy sessions, man.
Dude, that's why this thing is here. That's why you Chopside is here, basically. You know, for me to like also rant and stuff. Like,
Mm.
well, we got 9 viewers. Goody. Who could this be? Man, whoever you are, thank you so much. We
Yeah.
have this is Mikhail, by the way, and my guy, out of shape dad Koi Sarmento, and we have a very
Yeah,
special guest, and Kath Dizon. She just recently released this song, Astral Bodies. It's out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and talks of a music video coming soon, right,
coming up.
Kath?
Yeah, can't
Right.
wait. It's is it an animation video or it's a surprise?
Yeah, it's a 3D animation music video.
Nice.
Yeah, the animation that you see as the motion graphics, it's the cut of, the music video.
Oh, okay. The
So
one with
yeah,
the floating. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
right, right.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're
So
it's
okay, let's go back to your album. Let's go
mhm.
back to Astral Bodies.
Hmm.
I'm very curious now. What I imagine about Astral Bodies is is I incorporated with sleeping and then
yeah.
traveling to a different dimension.
Mhm.
Um, with this whole album, is it? Would you say that the album is all about that? Like it's about it's about the other dimension. It's about escape, or is
Yeah.
being in another dimension an escape?
Well, I honestly I don't think so. Astral Bodies is just I would say it's the most different among the other songs, but in terms of the musicality, it's spacey. It has like the spacey textures. I tried to retain and
Yeah.
be consistent with you know, with our stream pads, some spacey vibes na murag lutang inga na. But with a
Lutang.
song,
Love it.
lutang, grapig ko, grapig term lutang. Yeah. But with the vibes, I guess. But with a song, the lyrics and all the idea, it's just totally different from the other songs. And also every song has different feels, and it has like it's actually the EP is called Narrative 3, so I have six narratives there.
Narrative 3. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's deep.
Yeah, that's like Coheed and
Yeah.
Cambria. There's
Yeah.
a story. It's like Coheed. It's like Coheed.
Mhm.
Narrative 3.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Before we continue, just wanna shout out to the guys who are in the comment section here because we're doing this live, man. I just
Woo!
appreciate the
Hi
people.
guys.
Are there people commenting? Like,
Of course, man.
Yeah, oh, nice, man. Like,
We
nice.
got Joe Carlo Balbutin from the We Viral family. What's up,
Oh.
you guys?
What's up?
What's up? Hi.
He has a
What's up,
question.
Viral?
He has a question though. From earlier though, there's a natural high we get from binaural beats. You
Yeah.
guys feel that too?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, that's why I keep listening. That's why we always go back, right? That's why you always keep
Uh-huh.
listening to it. I can't
Mhm.
really explain if it's a high. I can't really explain if it's a low. It's just
Mhm.
there. It's just it activates something. It's just
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Switches
just
up.
it.
Right?
It's the it factor. Like that's what I
Yeah.
noticed.
For me,
Um,
actually, I couldn't say then fully that it gives me that high, but
Mhm.
it gives me the balance. And I listen to binaural beats, especially when I'm having this writer's block and creative block. Pag di ko makasleep, and then it gives me that balance, and it just tries to activate your brain waves like that. Nah,
Yes.
I don't know, Koy, if you felt the same listening to binaural beats.
Yeah,
but-
maybe because I keep listening to it, listening to
Yeah.
it, like like it's. I think there's something there's like a frequency that it triggers it, like
Right. Yeah. And its goal is actually to give that balance.
Nice. Guys.
So let's go back to your influences. Let's
Uh-huh.
go back to your influences, Kat. Like before starting music, you mentioned about post-hardcore.
Yeah.
Rock, like heavy.
Like-
It's just like,
Can you imagine that?
like layo
Yeah,
ra
I can-
kayo. Oh my god. I mean,
dude,
we have
it's possible, dude.
some-
We
it does-
we evolve.
It is
like,
it is
it
the
evolves,
natural
dude.
progression. It is the natural.
it evolves. It evolves. Like if you stay on one genre for a long time, dude, like people will eventually burn out. Like if you
Mhm.
if you're like the guy from Finch, and the guy from Finch never like evolved.
He never
They all-
evolved.
I think they did, but it
But-
just didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't connect.
People are
It-
such purists. Like they didn't
No,
appreciate
it-
the evolution, right?
That was just a phase. No, the funny thing about that genre, that like post-hardcore, like days from it's a transition to emo, right? Do you consider Finch emo? No, right?
I think somehow sa ilang earlier albums where the what it is to burn and postscripting ato. Sakto ba ko? Did I?
I think
Yeah.
it's on the way to emo. It's like a
Postscript.
transition
Yeah.
stage. It's a
Yeah,
transition stage to emo because the emo genre was, I think, the Thursday part, right? Is Thursday emo?
Yeah, of
Would you
course.
consider? Yeah, emo. What else is emo? My
Emo.
Chemical. So
My
MCR
Chemical
for sure.
Romance
For
is
sure.
like,
The mainstream
it's like
emo.
emo pop.
Don't they took the emo to the next level, dude.
Yeah.
Love them or hate
Jumpsuit
them.
Apparatus. Those guys.
Even Jared Leto, dude.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, right?
I wouldn't
Or
consider his music as emo. He had a different genre.
Is he? Yeah, I don't know.
Do you dig his sound?
I don't know. I
about
think
you,
they're
Kat?
I think they're just the same with All American Rejects or something like that. You know the bands like All American Rejects.
I like those guys better though. I like All American.
What's your favorite All American Rejects song?
When darkness
Yeah, it ends
turns to
tonight.
light,
It
it
ends
ends tonight. If I just knew how to play piano, I would like to cover that
Dude,
song.
like it's an easy song to in the guitar if you like. Yeah. Just a little insight. Right? There's something
Sorry,
like that.
Kat, we're frustrated artists.
Yeah,
here.
No, it's
yeah.
fine. I'm enjoying. Go lang.
Me and Mike when we were in fourth year, when Finch was starting to break out, it was like only the underground people, the people who are really in the rock scene,
The scene,
only
yeah.
know. So me and Mike were just like have this burned CDs. Mike, paminawan ni siya na dahil
Yeah.
itong
Bootleg CDs.
bootleg like, live version sa bay. Grabe ka yung live version sa postscript bay sa Finch. Letters to You by acoustic. Yeah, but like it's too crazy. So
Yeah.
going back to the post hardcore. Well, what influences or what artists do you listen to during when you started on that genre?
It's I don't know if it's post hardcore, but to be more specific, I think we're tagged as melodic hardcore, punk rock, ingana. That time it was the peak of punk rock and hardcore sa Iligan City.
Shout
So-
out to Ligan City.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not from there. I'm from Coronadal City. I just stayed there like for studies that time, and I forgot how I actually met these guys from Defiance Network, but I was recruited as as vocalist. Kaya nangita sila. That time they were trying to build a 4-piece na punk rock outfit.
Female?
Yeah, na
Is it a
female fronted. Yeah, but originally ang vocals good ato originally is Miki. I don't know if you guys know Miki. She's also the vocalist of Such.
Because we're from CDO, Cat.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
our
Yeah,
cover
anyway.
is limited. You know?
Yeah, it's only gasolina or nothing. It's only, it's only gasolina or
Gasolina,
nothing.
they're my
and
faves.
that-
Yeah,
And the CDO guys. and the
Only
CDO.
Trazo, or if it's not Trazo, we don't know. Just kidding. Shout out to gasolina.
Shout out Gasolina.
Yeah. So Marato siya, they actually recruited me, and so the base of the band, I mean the major influence sa among playing was Rise Against. I don't know if you guys
Wow.
listen to them. Yeah. So it's
punk. Yeah,
it's more
it's
yeah. It's punk rock and
punk.
it's melodic hardcore, but back then akong voice was like kind of very teenager pa. But then
like,
yeah, so
how does it sound? Like your voice back then? How would you sing it? Like,
Yeah.
you have like
Give
a
us, give
bootleg.
us a sample.
Yeah, it's just curious. It's just very curious, you know. Sorry.
I'll send you the link to our SoundCloud.
All right.
We have it
Yes,
there.
nice. Is it?
I've gone to the SoundCloud though. I've gone to your SoundCloud. Like that was it was all leading up to you right now, Manic Mundane. I haven't seen any punk influences in SoundCloud though. You need to send us a different link for that.
Yeah.
I think it's the band profile. I think it's the band profile of.
It's called Citadel PH. Our band was Citadel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
One.
nice.
Oh, Citadel. Let's put that
So-
in Citadel PH.
Was
Yeah.
it? Was this at the same time when Paramore was on the rise, or no? I'm just asking. Or Paramore
this
came
was-
later.
No, Paramore already existed because I was in high school pa when I was listening to Paramore. Katong All We Know Is Falling pa na album. That's
All
my
We Know Is
favorite
Falling.
album.
Yeah, I love that.
But
I love
then,
that.
you know, that, I mean, that era man good, murag, everyone
Grabe.
was doing Paramore, and I'm like,
Yeah,
left to
grabe,
right,
grabe.
that's
That was-
Paramore.
Yeah.
Like there was this band I remember, Lily.
Like,
Yeah,
man, I was,
Lazy,
man,
The Play
Yeah.
Alive, like yeah.
man, I was thinking the same
Exact.
band.
Exact. But who started like I think what worked, how Paramore did. I think Paramore's really good. I can say they're really good.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
they are.
They are
Legends,
really-
legends, really.
That's why everybody
They are.
loved them.
And
Mainstream
plus,
loved them. The
Hayley
underground
Williams
loved
is really good. She's not
She
just
is.
she has the face, she has the
She's pretty.
charisma, and
She's
she has
got everything.
she get the talent. Have you seen?
She's a redhead.
Have you seen her cover Deftones?
My Own Summer or
No,
Big
no,
Fight
dude.
and Drive.
No, he
I-
covered. There's a song about the song of Deftones with Maynard. Passenger.
Which one was that?
Passenger.
Passenger.
He
I
sang the
haven't
Maynard
seen
part.
that.
He sang the Maynard part because like it was him and Chino, then Hayley Williams was singing Maynard's part. It was like wow, dang, kuyawa, oy. That was nice. That was nice. Did you think they hooked up after this? Like after they sang this song? I think they did. I like Chino Moreno, dude. This is the Chino Moreno
Is he a
peak
player?
again. It's like Chino Moreno. Diba, remember he became fat, then he got thin again on Diamond Eyes album.
Yeah.
This is the
He worked-
Diamond
I think he was trying to work out. Right?
He didn't work out. He used drugs. He was open to it. He lost the weight. Yeah.
Oopsie.
No, it's okay. It's like he's open about it. So
Yeah.
it's part. Is it part of the rock star lifestyle with sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
Razors. Nice. So is that part of someone's like artistic life, like to be involved with substance or alcohol, that lifestyle?
Are you guys asking me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
it's okay because
It's a segue to your musical influences. It's part of that life.
I'm really not sure about that, but I know most bands that are involved with drugs like way back. I think it's because from what they do, they're prone to doing that. It's because they have like lots of access where to get these,
yeah.
connections,
'cause
influence,
or I think they just get it for free. Like people has it. Like, hey, come on.
yeah. And
Shot
even
that
if they
shot.
don't get it for free, they're rock stars, dude. I mean, they have the bucks to get them. Yeah.
Anyway, this is the old Hayley Williams. I still love Paramore now. I love.
Yeah.
I think Hayley Williams album, the recent one. I like it actually. I like that album. It's very
Did
crazy.
she drop? Did she drop her solo album? I'm sorry, or that was
Yeah.
like the most previous.
She has her check in Spotify. She has your like album, the one with petals. That's
Yeah, the
that
petals.
one, petals.
Uh-huh.
The one.
Uh-uh.
It's like Radiohead-ish album.
Right. Outdated guy po. But it's Paramore.
In this music, in this collaboration with them and Chino, that's your two. Tell me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong. That's both your influence right there, right? Paramore and Deftones. You do dig some Deftones too, right?
Yeah. For my music, sorry, for the band, or
No, I mean
as a
just
whole?
musical influence. As a whole,
Generally.
like you.
Yeah, of
In general.
course.
Overall.
Yeah, of course. High school, because I think my high school is full of Paramore songs, especially the first album, and Deftones pod, yes, and Crosses, yung solo ni Chino. Grabe nag-influence sa ako, especially for this EP.
Nice.
Team Sleep, right? Or That's a
No, it's a
different
different. It's
project.
a different band. It's a different
the
project.
different one.
It's a
Yeah.
different project.
But
Ooh.
process. Sorry, you know,
Team Sleep
process.
is different.
It's
I
weird.
followed. No, I followed Chino Moreno's playlist in Spotify. Damn.
Yeah.
Grabe yung playlist niya ba. Like wow. It's like he loves Team Sleep so much. Because the most of the songs from his playlist, his personal playlist is
Yeah. From
he
Team
calls
Sleep.
he calls it Chino Mix. It's like a Team Sleep ish music. I think he's sick of like doing Deftone stuff most of his life, 1990s. Still like
Like
I want to do
hardcore
something
stuff.
different. I want to do like a sleeping song. You know, like Team Sleep. Yeah,
Team Sleep.
I love Team Sleep. I have
Yeah.
that in my sleep playlist. Ever.
Really?
Oh,
My favorite
really?
song.
And does it
Ever.
does it really make you sleep though?
Yeah, I have their unreleased. Especially I want you to listen to the song Natalie Portman. It's an unreleased. It's not part of the album. It's a part of his like EP. I think singles. He has a demo called Natalie Portman. I like that song.
Probably coming from him, like having a crush on Natalie Portman too.
Probably, or they hooked us. Just kidding. Just making chismis again. Just kidding.
That's
You know,
good
like-
for the show.
No one knows.
Yeah,
Who
you know,
knows?
yeah, no one knows. Like, dude, like this is a good looking man. Seeing him like that, like,
Yeah, of
dude, like
course.
if I was a woman, like, woo, I would like.
That's
to-
why. That's why
be
you
all
have,
over
you,
him.
you have to sport the beard, man, the goatee. Anyway, we've drifted so far, but Kat, like, just take us through like your like probably like top 5 or like who do you listen
Yeah.
to really?
No. Before
Oh.
before that, what's your favorite Deftone song?
Oh yeah, that and then your top 5.
Maybe sex tape.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Sound
Yeah.
of the waves collide.
Yeah.
Nice. That's my favorite
I ju-
line from
I
that
just love
song.
the music video of that one.
Mhm.
I love the music
Yeah, it's
video. of
crazy.
that one.
Crazy music video, no?
And that kind of reminds me of your song, Kat, Astral Bodies. Like, the immediate video I thought of when I learned about the title of your song, Astral Bodies. It was like, going to different dimensions. And this is that song, Sex Tape.
Yeah,
I
could be.
love it
Yeah,
so much.
nice. I like their visuals as well for Deftones. And this song
like,
specifically,
weird.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Actually,
And
if
it's
you go
like
to
the-
the comment sections and in a
Yeah.
music video, you'll get a lot of crazy perspectives. I don't know if it's still there,
Or-
but I remember
No,
like many
it's
years ago and I was watching this. I was like scrolling through the comment section and people
Here it
are like
is.
throwing
Here
their
it is. Me
I
and
don't know
my
if it's the
husband used to lay in bed listening to this.
see.
but it's sad. Look at this. He passed away due to cancer. But at least,
Mm,
at least
That
this-
could be a song. That could be
Sorry.
a song.
yeah.
yeah. So when she listens to that song now, she
Yes, immediately
just totally
remembers her
reminds
husband.
her of the husband.
And listen,
So
nobody
sad.
cares what you're listening to. This. Yep, Deftones for life, you.
Deftones.
So, Kat, like top five musical influences. Break it down.
Generally, or for my music. Generally.
In general.
Okay. In general, I'll say this is hard. First I'd say maybe May. May. Have you guys heard of May?
Everglow.
Yeah, that one. That album influenced me so much.
I like it.
And May, pwede, dili lang siya top 5.
Yeah,
lang siya in
you might-
order,
it's too
I
much.
guess.
Yeah.
It's too much. You just,
Okay,
like,
just-
just name
just
five
go
bands,
easy
not
on
in
me.
order.
Yeah,
Name
okay.
the
Even
ones you
three.
can.
You just go for three to be safe.
Yeah.
Even three is
Three.
good.
Oh my god, that's. Can I
Worst?
name 5 threes? Really? It's
All right.
worse.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, let's go for I'd say May, Fantagram. If you guys listen to Fantagram,
I've heard a lot of Phantogram.
So, Taiko, might you
Taiko.
know that?
I love Taiko.
Yeah,
Man, I love Taiko.
and what else? Now.
Never heard of Now Nows.
They're I'm not sure when did they emerge, like early 2000s ago. They were doing like this indie music. I don't know, alternative indie, something like that. But the music really sat on me for the longest time, and even now I have their songs sa akong playlist. Now.
Now.
Yeah. So you see my
You have a
top
lot.
5, it's roller coaster kaya, and it's different from each other. But, yeah. I listen to a lot of
I mean,
genres, Mike.
of course, like
Yeah.
even us, diba, Koy? Like we like as you grow older, like you listen to a lot of music, and
Yeah,
then
that's why.
even
Mm-hmm.
karon
That's
we
why.
listen to Bisaya rap. Like shit,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so far
Respect.
from our
Shout out, Uncle. Shout out.
the uncles. And shout out to the Bisaya rappers out there. But yeah,
Hello. Yeah.
so that did play a part. Like all listening all to these artists, you are like a culmination of your
Mm-hmm.
influences, right? And now it
Yes,
all
very
rolled into
much.
one, became Manic Mundane.
Nice.
Yes.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I wanna know who also listen to you, Kat. Like is there a distinct demographic that are making themselves known like we listen to you, Kath, or is it too early? Nanikitsay ka
Um,
paminaw nimo.
are we talking about stats here? Sorry, I'm kind of
No,
lost for a while.
not stats actually, but do you have like a specific group of people who listen to you
Uh-huh.
now?
I'm really not sure, Mike. I'm getting a lot of feedbacks from from different people, from friends from everywhere. So dili kay ko sure, but then just want to share this because I checked the stats like maybe last night sa Spotify, and I was
Yeah,
so surprised na within the Philippines, the most listeners come from
Bigos.
Digos
Where
City.
is that?
Digos City, it's
Davao.
next to Davao. Yeah, I
Davao.
think it's
Oh
Davao. Yeah, I was like kind of surprised, and yeah.
man, you should tap that market. Like, who are these people from Digos, man?
I actually don't have any idea. I mean, I was just so surprised na, hello, nganong Digos man. I don't even know someone from Digos, but I guess it's, ano na siya, collective siya, Digos Davao siguro. Digos lang nakabutang. But, it was so strange. It was, gave
Strange,
me that
right? Like,
strange feeling. Strange at the same time, amazed ka. Because I told you, I don't know anyone from Digos. Maybe I know one, or not really sure.
Shout out to the people from
Yeah.
Digos.
People from Digos, thank you.
shout
Thank you, guys.
out, man. Thank you for supporting all that love. You gotta show love to the local guys, to the
Yeah.
independent artists. Kat is not
Uh-huh.
independent; she's signed under a label. But I just want to thank you, Kat, for putting this information out there, because
Mhm.
this listeners from Digos, this information right here is very useful for anyone who's going to watch or listen to this, especially if you have this like your background, like your kind of music, who you want to put out
Uh-huh.
music, right? They could target
Uh-huh.
this kind of specific group right here, you know. And thank you for
Yeah.
paving the way, man. Like now we know that there's a hardcore group out there in Digos that who love music such as yours. Whoa,
Yeah. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Didn't expect that, to be honest.
And we don't know. Do you have any idea how old they are?
That I haven't
Right.
checked. Yeah. I didn't check that one, but yeah.
Okay. So we talked about artists. We talked about influences, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about let's do something local here, man. Since we're talking
Yeah.
about
Let's.
Digos, something local. Do you have like a local artist you look up to here? And
Local artists.
let's start in Mindanao. A local art.
Mindanao, local artist. Are we talking about a band or like any
Yes,
artist
music.
Yeah.
band?
A musical influence. Yeah, a band.
Oh, definitely, I'd say Such, from Iligan City.
Man,
But
I gotta hear this Iligan. Like I haven't like
yeah, you have to listen to them if you
Are they
haven't
because
somewhere
yet.
in YouTube, Kat?
uh,
They have
the
it They have their music on Spotify.
How do you
Within
Such.
spell them?
Yeah.
SATATCH? Satch?
Such. It's
Or
SUCH. It's the such word.
Such.
Such?
All
Such.
right. Let me look
Yeah.
them
Ooh,
Yeah.
like it's like a song from Tool. You-
up.
Yeah.
What's their genre like?
I think they're doing like alternative indie, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But early, that was 2005 man siguro
Nice.
na build ilang band. Yeah, they were actually like OGs na from Iligan, and I know a lot of bands and musicians now, they take their influence from these guys from Such.
Do you, do
Great
you know
band, great band.
do you know any bands from Cagayan?
Yeah, of course,
Not
I do know. I do know.
not Gasolina. Except Gasolina. Like outside.
The
Na
Cat
dili
is, I
ng
think, well
Spanja.
versed with
Dili
music
Nancy
scene.
Sponge.
Yeah.
Band. Yes. I don't know how to spell their I mean how to pronounce Karina. They're doing dream pop.
Oh,
They're also
Yeah,
signed
yeah,
under
yeah.
Mouth Records.
Yeah, shout out Janro. Yeah, the drummer, dude. Like, yeah,
This is the same guy, drummer din
from
ng
Gasolina.
Gasolina, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Guys, much love to
Janro.
you. Also Loop, of course.
Loop from they're from Iligan or
Iligan,
CDO?
also from Iligan. Really great
Oh,
music.
yeah. You told me
Team
about
Trinidad.
them, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot actually like upcoming here, right? The Mike, like
Yeah.
new bands. Like remember
Yeah.
the band Swell? Shout out to those
Yes.
guys. You're doing
They're really
something. They're doing something. Like, they're really experimenting, man. They're really doing in the work.
Just
And
want to
there's that-
insert this pod. I actually discovered this band through Tres. They're from Bukidnon, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's pronounced as Levi or Levi.
Levi.
From
It's Levi. It's
Levi?
Levi, I think.
yeah, it's Levi. I like the music too. I
Really?
discovered them through Tres. Thank you, Tres. Yeah, good music.
Ooh, it's like
From
And there's a
Bukidnon.
lot of music coming out in our local scene, right?
Shouts Miki, the vocalist. She's one of my best friends.
shout out
From Levi.
shout out.
Yeah.
Is that is same from Levi
This
or no?
Miki is from Such. She's the vocalist.
Oh, I
here.
missed
Here,
one right
the
here.
vocalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miki.
Look at that.
What about what artists do you look like? Let's say not in CDO. What about in Manila? Like mga
Yeah.
like just name
Manila
at least two like because there's too many of them there.
Yeah, there's too many. But the music that I dig na based sa Manila is I actually like the new album, the music transition sa Faint Light. Faint Light. I don't know if you guys like.
I know Faint Light.
yeah.
My cousin was the former vocalist of Faint Light. And she was the girl.
Oh.
Then-
I know about this. Female fronted
then-
sila originally, right?
Yeah, that was my cousin. Then
Wow, shouts to your cousin.
Then they're like this falling out. I don't want to get. It's their story. I don't know.
Politics.
Yeah.
Politics. Chika minute. Anyway,
Okay, let's-
Faint Light, respect. I know them.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know the story. It's just like I don't want to ask anymore. Like yeah.
They also did a crazy music transition. Dili na sila
Yeah.
parehas like
After
diba?
she
Did
left.
you listen to the
Yeah.
and also the latest album, I think they put out like their latest album in 2017 or that was an EP transit I guess. They actually I can't explain it but it has like the ano na siya, they had the electro feels. You guys should listen to that if you have time. Check
Actually,
out their EP.
it's a thing there in Manila. Like they incorporate. It's like the synth game there is like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
1975 thing.
yeah, you got like bands from Bryce Home. You have this bands from like Zild of Four of Spades, and they're doing a lot of crazy shit.
I
there.
like Zild.
I like Zild. I like Zild. Like you.
From
Like,
Four of
I'm a
Spades.
fan.
Great music, no? Wow.
He's really good. He's really
I was
He's really
blown, and I discovered Zild. Actually, I listen to like local bands,
Well, how
and
do you spell it?
OPM bands, but
Zild,
Zild,
Zild.
Zild. Yeah. But I accidentally
This one?
saw
Yeah,
Maki
that guy.
Alvarez, kay Maki man siguro ito, Maki of YY shouts about
Shout
Zild
out
and
StreamYard,
StreamYard.
our
And
sponsor.
yes, I discovered Zild, and then I
Yeah.
listened to the nice guys
Yes,
Zild. I like Zild.
I like his songwriting. He's very good
Yeah.
in songwriting.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Very.
listen to the song QC, Mike. Go to QC.
Look at
That's my
that face
favorite.
right there. So indie.
Dude, that's from Bona Kid. That's the guy from Bona Kid when he was like,
Really? He's all
yeah,
grown up now.
yeah.
Who would have
The-
known?
Very talented.
That's the
Yeah.
guy from Bona
I
Kid.
think he signed under Rico Blanco's
Yes,
label, yeah.
under Rico Blanco's wing.
Yeah.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so Rico Blanco right here. Look at that.
No, he's more than Rico Blanco, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Of course.
He's
But
re-
man, that is Rico Blanco right there. It has
Dude,
Rico Blanco's stamp all over it.
go to QC. Type mo yung QC. KYUSI. KYUSI. That I've been like binging on that song for like a week
Yeah.
already. Like this
I
song.
listened to it during its release.
QC
Natik.
Zild by Zild.
Oh, okay.
QC
There.
Zild.
by Zild. Yeah.
Oh, the same artist. Okay.
Yeah. Pakinggan mo yung song. Ang ganda
Oh.
ng pagkas. And it gave me a nostalgia because of I went
like
to
his
college
uniform.
in Manila before. And
Mm-hmm.
This was your field. This was the Manila Fields.
yeah, that one. Exactly the same. What he was narrating. The story he's telling.
Oh,
Sasamahan
nice.
sasamahan ka sa QC, iikutin natin ng UP.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, di ba? That was like,
Nice.
ooh, galing.
Ooh.
And
Damn.
I watched him in the podcasts interviews
Really?
from Rico Blanco's podcast, from Raymond Mars.
Mhm.
Man, this guy is like mature. mature to
Really?
How
to the
old is
next
he to
level.
start with?
He's
By the
21.
way? Gosh, young.
Really? So
Maulaw at
young.
21. And gabi, like ako sa mind ko, tang inang bata ng guy na to. Then
Yeah.
he's very mature on
Yeah.
writing. And
This is how you spell his name, right?
Yeah, Zild. Because his dad was the drummer of Barbie's Cradle.
Okay, makes sense.
Of which band?
Barbie's
Barbie's
Cradle.
Cradle.
Oh yeah.
Band of Barbie on Malbis.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
And ninang niya sila Barbie. That's why he's named
Oh,
after Zild.
okay.
Zild the drums, right?
No
Zild.
brainer.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's why he's named Zild. So he's surrounded with musicians, so no no escape.
Are we still
And
live, guys? Sorry.
Yeah.
How about
Hey,
something
man.
else? Sorry.
Hey man, I gotta bounce, man. I gotta bounce.
Oh, cool. Thank you
I'm
for your
sorry.
time, bro.
Anyway,
That's all right,
like
man. Thank you for your
Kat,
time.
thank you for your
Yeah.
time. Thank you
Yeah.
for nice to meet you, nice to know. Nice talking about music with you, man. Very fun,
Yes.
very
Right.
fun.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Nick.
It was I gotta do fatherhood mode.
Father
Anyway,
time.
you guys,
Mhm. Understandable.
We'll
Take
just
care.
cap this show
take
in a
care,
bit.
take care.
Kat.
Bye.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
I still have some things to talk to you about. Thank you for your time, bro. So Zild, man, just imagine like this, such as this kid right here. He was surrounded by like artists, his influence. Like imagine if someone like us would have had that kind of like mentorship or like
Mhm.
environment, right? Like you could do so
Influence.
much.
Yeah,
Do you feel the
that's
same way?
the
Kat?
factor.
Do you feel the same way? Like you have people around you, like influence you, or this is just all you.
I grew up with somehow like a musical household. My brother used to play bass, and they're covering Nirvana and Pearl Jam, grunge.
Oh yeah, grunge,
Yeah.
the grunge era.
Yeah, and my mom as well. She plays the guitar, so she was the one who taught me. And then later on, nagsisi siya.
Wow. Oh yeah.
She hated because she
made
used
a
to hate
monster.
my. Yeah, she used to hate seeing me perform sa band because she just wanted me to like, go straight in Sakong studies and all that stuff. Moms with,
Yeah, they get
she's old,
overprotective.
kind of vintage mentality as well. So, yeah. But my brother plays bass, and he would always play these bands, Pantera, Nirvana, Dream Theater, if I'm not mistaken, those heavy
Metal,
90s na metal. And
metal.
yeah, that was my awakening, and it was so early. I was not even 7, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's
yeah.
do you also feel like you're gonna pass that down?
Um, I
Understand.
wish, but
I understand that you're also a mom yourself, right?
yeah,
Right?
I'm a mom.
Do you want to pass this down like a legacy thing to your kid? Like what how your
I
mom did it for you or somehow?
I'm dying to to influence my kid, but he has his own preference. So I don't know, maybe it's just very powerful, the social media nowadays, and dominating kayong hip hop and
Ooh,
those, no
that'd be
hate to
nice.
hip hop. I listen to hip hop as well, but I can just make him listen to all these types of music that I'm mostly into. For example, like he can't stand listening to metal music or like
Really?
heavy stuff. Yeah. Also, he can't sing.
And
So,
but still,
I've
you can still be a musician and not sing, diba?
right, right. But one thing, he likes jazz, and we share the same
Ooh,
Spotify account, and I try to observe, the type of music that he's listening to. So far, good taste, but kana lang, I just can't make him listen to bands, and he knows what he wants.
right.
This kid,
You can't force feed stuff,
yeah,
right? And
I
that's how I
can't.
think and that's how I think you got into where you are because nothing was forced on you to except school maybe.
Uh huh. Yeah, but this kid of mine he has his own preferences. So
Of
yeah,
course. It's
I just
different
let
these
him
days.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll find their own stuff, their own niche. So
Mm-hmm.
Kat,
Mm-hmm.
man, this is so wonderful to have you again the second time around. And to whoever's
Second
listening,
time.
we
Yeah.
however did a first recording already and
Mm-hmm.
we talked about different stuff on that recording too, you know. Like I'm just
Kayo.
curious. I think we'll just keep it as archives.
Oh my gosh.
You said some things there you can never take back. And also this live feed, we can say stuff
Uh-huh.
here that we can never take back as well. I think good spaman or
Right.
I think we're still on track and we haven't said anything offensive to anyone yet. But
Right,
yeah.
right, right. I was just
But
all over the place since kanina.
like man, how are you?
So
Have you been like busy in life? No, right? It's so difficult.
yeah. But life goes on. Finding comfort in discomfort, told you. That's my
I,
motto today.
I like
Always.
that.
Yeah.
Can you also take us like a short run through of that? Like, how's life been? Like, we all know life's not easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how has this finding comfort in this discomfort been helping you through your experiences lately? How has it helped you?
It helped me so much in terms of trying to be sane. Because a lot of bad things just happened lately, and it just hit me emotionally and mentally. Wasn't easy because people are used to seeing me this mentally strong woman, and it was, but sometimes you really get drained. But then about this finding comfort in discomfort, it was great mentality to get aligned to kay, I just feel like um this is not the right time to, you can always stop whenever you want to, right? But this is
Yeah,
just not the right time to stop. And just trying to pick up new routines as well. Po. They just,
that's good.
yeah,
I mean, like, give you different looks. You know, like,
you
I
know
mean, one thing that can't be working right now can't be the end, right? Like,
right, right. And I've
and
also learned,
what have you
sorry.
integrated so far? Sorry to cut you off. What have you integrated so far? Like, like something new you have done, like out of routine, or have you started listening to more hip hop songs, or have you, have you started have you started to do things that are like stuff that you didn't like to do before?
I listen to hip hop. Don't get me wrong. Ever
Yeah,
since I just
why
have
not?
my own favorite artist. It's I'm trying to get myself back to creative writing because previously my most previous work was it's legal writing, and
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
like the past 6 months and more I actually felt na my creativity died down
Mm,
because of the switch from because I'm doing creative writing and PR stuff like that, but then when I turned into the legal writing my
it,
creativity kind of died down. you know can you just imagine the transition? And I'm working with lawyers, and they're not from here, they're
oof,
from like outside, they're from UK.
ooh.
So it's different.
And it's
So
different, and it's really different to work for something that resonates with you, right? Like creative writing is
uh-huh.
something that you like to do, and you probably
uh,
would not consider it as work. Whereas
mm-hmm.
legal writing, that takes like really specific people to do that, who can take that kind, who
Yeah,
can take on that kind of work. Like I know it's not
yeah.
easy. Legal writing is not easy because my wife's from that background, like legal law. Oh,
It's not easy, and I can almost say that it's a type of job wherein you're not allowed to make mistakes.
yeah, because it's a law.
You know,
One
yeah.
slip up,
And
one slip up, and it's over.
and it's a different law, it's not Philippine based, or it's the British law and all, but it's like mostly research and other content. I can't just spell, but then it's really complicated, it's difficult. I got through it, but also like an added value and experience for me as a
Yeah,
writer, but it's just not my niche at all.
but I think what you got out from that was, experience wise, and the
Hmm.
discomfort from that. you
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you like level up ka ba, or you're
Uh-huh.
the skin thickened a bit because you
Yep,
went through
yep.
that, something you never liked doing, but
Hmm.
sometimes we force ourselves to do some things, and sometimes like very discomforting.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking us through that
Tayo.
experience, Kat. And we want to cap off this show. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you this question again. Before we get to that question, though, I just want
Uh-huh.
to give a shout out to the guys who are watching, who watched us. So this is one guy who also dropped this comment right here. Again, it's from Joe Balbutin.
Oh,
This. So,
okay. Hi,
wh-
Joe.
which comes first for you, words or melody, and why is that?
Oh, for the music making, I start with the melody first, the instruments, like the whole musicality. The experimental muna. Tama ba? Instrumental. But yeah, it's the whole music first without the vocals, and then later on I try to write and yeah, write the lyrics. Lyrics
Does this
comes as the
does this
last
go,
part.
does this go back to like how you feel like emotionally? That's where you can create the melody.
Yes, yes. It's because it's, 'di ba, melody-based akong music. And even before, because I don't feel comfortable putting vocals, for me, it's really
Right.
enough, yeah, for the music to portray or to express how I really feel. You can almost actually say whether I'm depressed or
Yeah,
something like that with the music that I do. But yeah, so it's
here,
always the music first, the melody.
that's nice. Here's another one,
Mm-hmm.
Kat. You know Mr. Vincent Ray Dowd. Do you know this guy?
Yes, he's a good friend of mine. What's up? Kamusta? He's now with Ateneo de Manila. Hello.
Ooh, shout out Mr. Vincent Ray. And there's a one familiar
Beta.
character you know so well.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, hi,
Yes.
Jess.
What's up, Jess?
Hello, Jess Lewis. Up.
Yeah, she was watching around 3:31. Yeah,
Ah,
she left long time ago.
she just dropped this. Thanks, Jess. Also, she just dropped her eyewear line there in Dubai.
Really?
Yeah, you should. Okulo, if I'm not
Cool.
mistaken.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Congrats,
Nice.
Jess.
Congratulations, Jess, for like going after it. Not only like an
Mhm.
esteemed photographer, but now like sporting her own brand, the eyewear.
Yeah. And to establish a business right there, I mean, in this period,
It's
it's
tough.
it's crazy.
It's
So that's
crazy, man.
so gritty and
Yeah.
very, strong of
Mad,
them both.
mad respect.
Mad
But
respect, Jazz.
also to you, Kat, mad respect for dropping yours, for finally like coming up with the courage to muster up that courage to drop that EP, for signing that album. I mean EP with Melt Records.
Mm-hmm.
Finally putting this song out there despite the situations that are happening right now in your life. Man, what is your huge upside in all of this?
Uh, I guess it's the daily learning.
The daily learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Learning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it.
It's
Like
just the
you,
unending learning.
Unending learning, and there you have it. And hope you guys
Hmm.
took value from that. And we're not gonna take too much of your time, Kat, because time is value. And I hope everyone who's listening to this may found this valuable, and hope to see you again the next live. Maybe we'll do this every now and then. Kat,
Yeah.
salamat kasi time, and for the second time we did this, right? Like,
Yeah.
you are this special, man, and your song must be this special, dude. Like, seriously.
Thank you
Go
so
for,
much, Mike.
you're welcome. And for you guys who are just tuning in right now, who are still tuning in or watching this right now, go listen to Astral Bodies. It's out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Apple Music, and YouTube, and it's out there. Or SoundCloud. You guys, it's still in SoundCloud, right, Kat?
I don't know if it's on. I don't think so, but it's on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's also on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And there you
Also,
have it.
music video. Yeah. Soon.
Music video is coming soon.
Soon.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll keep you guys posted, and thank you so much, guys. And light and love, everyone. Light and love.
Thank you.
love our videos, please click the like button or hit subscribe. This is the huge upside.
Higher